In this video, we're going to look at the typical layers that make up most popular songs, whether it's trap, hip hop, R&B, pop, dance, trance, Afrobeat. Most modern music is composed of these 5 layers. The first is probably the easiest for you to know, is the beat itself, or the drums. So drums set the energy, the vibe, the rhythm of the track. Okay, so if you want more of a dance number, you want more bounce, you want it a little bit faster. If you want it to be slow and mellow, you want it to be, well, slow and not so bouncy. So that's what the drums or the beat is about. So that's layer number 1, is drums and beats. Okay, layer number 2 is what's most familiar to most people, is the tune of the song or the melody. So the melody is typically the melody is a catchy part of the song. It's what most people tend to remember. So when you ask a person about a song, the 2 things that really they could name is the tune and the beat, because these things are usually very much in the foreground. However, and this is where we get into layer number 3 and 4, is the tune by itself is not enough complexity or layering in the song itself. So if you hear just the tune by itself with the drums, this is what it sounds like. Not bad, but it's missing body, and the way we give it body is 1 through chords. So the melody is typically individual notes being played across the keyboard. Okay, the chords, on the other hand, are usually when we play 3 notes and hold those notes for a while. So if you hear this, what you'll notice is there's not a great amount of variation in terms of there's no dun, 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 dun. What it's giving you is body. The chords are the emotional backbone of the song. And what they do is they really interplay with the melody to give it what we call harmony. So let's have a listen to these together. So this is the melody by itself, and then I'll turn on chords, and hopefully what you can hear is the difference in terms of giving it depth, the body, the fullness of the song together. So that's our layer 1, drums, layer 2, the melody, which is the main tune, and layer 3, chords, which is the melodic body, if you like, to give it that feel, that completeness of song. So the thing with the melody and chords is they typically sit in the high and the middle of the song. What you have a gap usually in the low frequency. So you need some feel, some texture in the low frequency or the low end of the track. And that's where the bass really comes in. So this is what the bass sounds like by itself. Now let's have a listen to the song both without the bass and with the bass. And hopefully what you'll hear is that, again, it fills it up. It adds more layers. It adds more texture to give it a more complete sound. So first without the bass. And now with the bass. Okay, very good, very good. So we have covered layer 1, the beat or the drums. Layer 2, the main melody, the catchy tune that most people think of. Chords that give a body more in the mid section. And now we've covered bass, which gives the song body in the lower section. Okay. To be honest, you could even make a whole song just with these 4 layers. But typically, usually a 5th layer. And that is either more body in the form of pads, or it could be a counter melody. So if your main melody is playing a certain way, it counters it to add variation, or it complements it. So let's have a listen to this, a bar without that 5th layer being pads in this case. Then we'll hear it with the pads so you can hear the difference. So these are the 5 layers. Now, of course, you can have more layers. One way to add another layer is to essentially create a variation of the existing layer. So in this case, what we've done is we've taken the drums that are already there. We've created another version of it, which is only half the drum. And we can use that layer multiple times to transition from one section to another. So again here, as we bring on the pads, break up the song a little bit. Let's have a listen. So there you have it. These are the typical layers of a song.